Hey, welcome back to Beer on the Run. I'm Jack Rosenfeld, and today we have my friend Nicole Allbritton on. Do you have a beer in front of you?
I do.
What
I
do you have
have
today?
actually a North Dakota beer. So this is Laughing Sun. This is their the release they did for October, so for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so it is flavors of guava, strawberry, and cranberry is their main pronounced flavors of it.
And I'm trying to clean out my fridge before I buy more beer. I have something from Avery in Colorado. A friend of mine in Colorado sent a few beers to me. This is the Kaiser. It's one of their Oktoberfest beers. Um, so let you pour that out real quick. What's
Yeah,
the
I didn't,
style? Is that a sour or what is that?
hold on. I don't actually
We'll
know.
find out real
Yep,
soon.
it is. It is a sour. Ooh, and
Well,
look at
thanks
that.
for coming on. Cheers.
Cheers.
So you started with a passion for wine 10 years ago, and you've transitioned to a passion for beer. Um, and I mentioned that you do have your level one Cicerone. I believe it's the beer servers. I believe what's that called, correct? And I think there's a little bit over like 100,000 people that have that over in the worldwide right now. I think in 2017 the number was like right at 100,000.
I think that was the last time I looked too. It's a really interesting test. Like you have to know your styles to take that test. It's online only for level one. Um, they do have a course on it, so like you can actually order the coursework and then take the test, which is called Beer Savvy, to take the course. But it's a lot like it. I think like when I took it, and they could have revised it by now, but when I took it, it was 60 questions in 30 minutes. So it's like you gotta know, like, and a lot of it is styles because it's beer serving. So you need to know proper glassware. You need to know temperatures. You need to know styles because if somebody's saying, "Hey, I kind of want um, a hoppy light beer that's not overly hoppy, kind of piney," and they're kind of like rattling off descriptors, and you're like, "Oh, maybe a little bit hoppier pale ale, that's a little more on the pine side," or you kind of just have to know your styles a little bit. Or like I remember Kolsch being on on the test. For some reason that one stands out. Like, why did they put a Kolsch on the test? But I've had it
Kolsch's
so
are
much
really
made in
good. They're a
Germany.
great summer beer.
They
It's
are
a
good summer beer.
it's a great
But
summer beer. Yeah, one of our local breweries up here, Flying Lion. They make a Kolsch every summer, specifically for the running club I'm a part of. They make it for our races. So yeah, it's a great post-run summer beer.
it's a good light beer. Like as far as like it's not a heavy sit in your stomach, make you feel gross type of beer. So
Right. So what motivated you to take the beer server test?
So I was living in Germany, and I don't even know how. It was literally by chance that we had met this couple. Me and my ex-husband at the time had met this couple, befriended them, and the husband used to work for Nebraska Brewing Company, and just had gotten talking. We became friends with them, and he's like, "You like wine? Oh, and you drink beer. Like beer is kind of like your fun side. Like that's what I would drink for fun, but I was still kind of studying wine because I'm like, I'm moving to the wine region of the world." Like literally, we were 30 minutes from France and about 2 hours from Champagne. So I was like losing my mind, right? So I was still in wine mode at that point. And then slowly through hanging out with him, I was taught how to brew. And I was like, I think right around that time is when the documentary Somm came out. And I remember watching it and going, I don't want to be part of that because it was so overwhelming. And then there was another documentary about all the wine scandals. I think it was sour grapes was the other one. And I just remember thinking, like, I don't want to be part of that crowd. And I was like, why can't that crowd be like the beer crowd? And I remember having that conversation over brewing, and like, nothing against sommeliers, like, by any means. Like, I'm not trying to dog on them at all, but like, I just remember thinking, like, there's so much stress and anxiety, and like, I get it's a really high, you know, and powerful position. Like, you have to know your stuff and all of that, but there's so much scandal. And like, even I follow a bunch of the sommeliers like on my Instagram and stuff, and even they, there's still some tension in that industry. And over brewing, the guy that was from the Nebraska Brewing Company was like, they have the same thing for beer. And I was like, what? And so he was like, yeah, and you have, like, he was almost like dead set on, like, you're a super taster. You're picking out things in beer that I can't smell or taste. You should look into it. And so over the course of us talking, he was like, I think you need to do it. I think you need to do it. I think you need to do it. He kept sending me stuff. He actually printed out the beer judging style guide. And he was like, study this. You need to go take the test. And so, I finally just sat down one day and was like, I'm going to take the test. Like, I think this is what I want to do. And everybody's like, you need to freaking do it. Like, what are you doing? And so I took it. I passed on the first try, and I was like, kind of shocked. Like, I didn't know I knew styles that well. Like, I was a little hesitant, I guess, to realize my own retention at that point. And so it just kind of stuck, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And then decided to just kind of roll from there. And then it turned into a running joke that we were going to open a brew pub me and a couple friends, when we retired. And now, kind of the closer we get to it, we're like, I think we're going to do this.
Yeah. It was a pleasure having you on. It was great catching up. It's good seeing you on video. And yeah, good luck with the the planning of the brewery, and studying for the level 2 Cicerone, so you actually call yourself a Cicerone. But that's awesome. But thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. It was fun to chat.